Have you ever walked through a dense forest and felt a strange sensation, like you're being watched? What if I told you that in those very woods, a creature of legend might be silently observing you? Today, we're diving deep into one of the world's most enduring mysteries, the truth behind Bigfoot. Is Sasquatch a genuine, undiscovered primate, a figment of our collective imagination, or something else entirely? Join us as we explore eye-opening encounters, analyze compelling evidence, and try to separate fact from folklore. The story of Bigfoot, or Sasquatch as it's known in many indigenous cultures, isn't a modern invention. For centuries, tales have been passed down through generations about a large, hairy, ape-like being that roams the wilderness of North America. These aren't just simple campfire stories, they are deeply woven into the cultural fabric of many communities, describing a reclusive, intelligent creature that avoids human contact. But it wasn't until the 20th century that Bigfoot exploded into mainstream consciousness, capturing the imagination of people worldwide. One of the most pivotal moments in Bigfoot history happened in 1958. A construction crew in Northern California discovered enormous human-like footprints around their worksite. A local journalist nicknamed the mysterious creature Bigfoot, and the name stuck. This discovery sparked a wave of interest, leading to countless expeditions and investigations. But the real game-changer came nearly a decade later, with a piece of footage that remains controversial to this day. I'm talking, of course, about the Patterson-Gimlin film from 1967, shot on a 16mm camera in Bluff Creek, California. This short clip shows a large bipedal creature walking across a sandbar, turning to look directly at the camera before disappearing into the trees. For believers, this is the definitive proof, living, breathing Sasquatch captured on film. Skeptics, however, argue it's just a person in a very convincing ape suit. Experts have analyzed the film for decades. Some biomechanics specialists claim the creature's gait and muscle movements would be nearly impossible for a human to replicate. Others point to inconsistencies and the possibility of a hoax. 50 years later, the debate rages on. Is Patty, as the creature in the film is affectionately known, the real deal? Beyond this famous film, what other evidence do we have? The most common type is, of course, footprints. Thousands of plaster casts have been made of alleged Bigfoot tracks from all over the continent. These tracks are often huge, measuring up to 24 inches long and 8 inches wide. Some display features that cryptozoologists argue are difficult to fake, like a unique mid-tarsal breaker flexibility in the middle of the foot, similar to what's found in apes, which would help in navigating uneven forest terrain. While many tracks are dismissed as hoaxes or misidentified animal prints, some are so detailed and consistent that they leave even seasoned trackers scratching their heads. Then there are the audio recordings. Imagine being deep in the woods at night, and hearing a sound that's part howl, part scream, and part roar, something that doesn't match any known animal. These eerie vocalizations, often called whoops or samurai chatter, have been recorded in areas with frequent Bigfoot sightings. Sound analysts have studied these recordings, and some conclude the vocal range and power are beyond human capability and don't match bears, wolves, or any other North American wildlife. Could these be the long-lost calls of a giant, undiscovered primate? But perhaps the most compelling evidence comes from eyewitness encounters. We're not just talking about fleeting glimpses in the dark. We're talking about detailed, often terrifying face-to-face meetings. Thousands of people from all walks of life, loggers, hunters, hikers, even law enforcement officers, have reported seeing Sasquatch. Their stories share remarkably consistent details. A creature standing between 7 and 10 feet tall, covered in dark hair, with broad shoulders and a conical head. Many describe a powerful musty odor and an overwhelming sense of dread or awe during the encounter. One famous account comes from Albert Ostman, a prospector who claimed in 1924 that he was abducted and held captive for 6 days by a family of Sasquatch in British Columbia. He described them as a family unit, mother, father, and 2 young ones who were curious but not aggressive. He said they communicated through a series of grunts and gestures. While his story sounds incredible, Ostman stuck to it his entire life, never seeking fame or fortune from it. Are these thousands of witnesses all mistaken, lying, or hallucinating? The sheer volume and consistency of their reports make it difficult to dismiss them all. So, what does mainstream science have to say about all this? For the most part, the scientific community remains highly skeptical. The primary argument against Bigfoot's existence is the lack of a Bardia-type specimen that can be studied. Without a carcass, bones, or undeniable DNA, Bigfoot remains in the realm of cryptozoology, the study of hidden animals, which is often viewed as a pseudoscience. Scientists argue that a breeding population of such large animals would require a significant number to avoid extinction, and it seems impossible that they could remain hidden so effectively. They'd need vast amounts of food and would surely leave more concrete evidence behind, like bones or feces. However, some scientists are keeping an open mind. Dr. Jeff Meldrum, a professor of anatomy and anthropology, has dedicated much of his career to studying the evidence, particularly the footprint casts. He argues that the anatomical consistency in some of the best track evidence points to a real, biological creature. Similarly, recent advancements in DNA analysis have opened new doors. In 2014, a study led by Dr. Brian Sykes at Oxford University analyzed dozens of hair samples attributed to Bigfoot and other cryptids. While most turned out to be from known animals like bears and cows, a couple of samples matched the DNA of an ancient polar bear, suggesting there could be unknown hybrids or species out there. While this wasn't a smoking gun for Bigfoot, it shows that the wilderness might still hold genetic surprises. Let's consider the counter-arguments. If Bigfoot isn't real, what explains all the sightings, tracks, and sounds? The most common explanation is misidentification. A black bear standing on its hind legs can look surprisingly human-like from a distance, especially in low light. The human brain is also wired to see patterns, a phenomenon called pareidolia, which could make us see a monster in a shadowy tree stump. And, of course, we can't ignore the element of deliberate hoaxes. Over the years, several people have confessed to faking footprints and even staging sightings for a laugh or for attention. The desire for a good story is a powerful motivator. But does that explain everything? Does it explain the intricate details in the best footprint casts? Does it explain the complex vocalizations that defy classification? Does it explain the sheer terror and life-changing impact reported by so many credible witnesses? The mystery of Bigfoot is a puzzle with many missing pieces. It forces us to question the limits of our knowledge and the possibility that our world is wilder and more mysterious than we think. Perhaps Sasquatch is a relict hominoid, a surviving Gigantopithecus that crossed the land bridge into North America millions of years ago. Or maybe it's something more paranormal, an interdimensional being, as some more fringe theories suggest. Ultimately, whether you're a firm believer or a staunch skeptic, the legend of Bigfoot serves a powerful purpose. It reminds us that there are still vast, unexplored corners of our planet. It encourages us to look closer, to listen more carefully, and to maintain a sense of wonder about the natural world. The search for Bigfoot is more than just a hunt for a monster. It's a quest for discovery, an adventure into the unknown that challenges our perception of reality. What do you think? Have you ever had an unexplainable experience in the woods? Do you believe Bigfoot is out there, waiting to be discovered? Let me know your thoughts and your own stories in the comments below. The truth might be stranger than any of us can imagine. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the heart of the Sasquatch mystery. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest enigmas. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.